Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. Welcome back to another live show. And today is, let's see, it is Monday, approximately 8:07 p.m. New York City time. So that's right, I'm broadcasting live. This is a live show, which means if you choose to do so, you can super chat. And you can find that super chat icon over there where you chat. It says super chat, and that's a great way to support the channel. Also, check out my merch store. I've got link below this video. I've got all my merchandise. I've got stickers, I've got T-shirts, I got masks, I got all kinds of good stuff, man. Jake, welcome aboard. Are Maya, McKenna, and Katie here today, or are you just flying solo, dude? Mm-hmm. Tons of people tuning in. Welcome back to another live stream. Hope everything's good with the lighting. I'm always trying to improve the studio lighting. I know the team here is working diligently to make everything look a little bit better. So hopefully all this is good. Something I am going to do. Let's see, I'm going to improve my studio monitors because I've got a screen there. I've got a big screen over there, and I think it's hard to have too many monitors. Jake says, "Yup." Is that yep as in you got a full house, or yep as in good deal. The more viewers, the merrier. Speaking of that, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so. And when you do, ring that bell icon, and what that'll do is notify you whenever I post another video. So, got a lot of as usual. I've got a lot of different content coming. Want to get a lot more travel heavy content now that everything with this situation we've been in is starting to finally fizzle out, which is a good thing. So going to be doing a lot more travel content. Going to be doing a lot more cooking videos, in particular grilling. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat a grilled meal. It's typically healthier. It's easy to fix. You get outside. You get that vitamin D, as in Delta. While you're cooking it. So that's going to be another big component here. Had several people ask about the ATEM Mini Pro, and of course the ATEM Mini Pro is the device that I'm using right now. And a lot of people ask, how do I do this? How do I do that? I encourage you to subscribe. Check out my ATEM Mini Pro video playlist because I've got a lot of tutorial videos now, but I've got hundreds more coming soon, and it's your questions that prompt me to create a video tutorial. So any question or curiosity that you have in regards to ATEM Mini Pro, ask away, man. The worst thing I can do is say, hey, I don't have an answer. But if I do have an answer, I will respond face on video, or not necessarily face on video, but the ATEM Mini Pro on video, and try to explain what you're trying to do in a very simplistic fashion. And Jake says, when you see the 4 hearts, it means we are all here. That makes sense. Very cool. Mad support as always. And if you don't know Jake, Jake Eves, be sure to subscribe to his channel. He's actually the person that's famous for turning us on to the Terry Peppers foghorn video. So if you haven't checked that out, it's a very fascinating video. And he's also got a lot of videos of car barges, ferries, and all kinds of cool stuff. So, subscribe, check out Jake's channel. Jake's in the audience right now. Yes. So we've got, let's see, what do we have going here? I want to share some content. Curiously enough, I would expect one thing about haha, you know what I was waiting on? This ATEM Mini Pro that I'm broadcasting live with right now, they released a software update today. And I quote this from Blackmagic Design's website. ATEM Switchers 8.6.2 update. This software update adds Video Hub protocol to ATEM Constellation 8K for working with Video Hub Smart Control and Video Hub Master Control. ATEM Switchers 8.6.2 update also adds support for ND, which is neutral density filter, control to ATEM camera control panel when working with Blackmagic Pocket Camera 6K, as well as general performance stability improvements. Let's see what else it says here. Interesting. Well, I'm going to have to download that because, that's the cool thing about this device that I'm using to live stream right now. Number one, the coolest aspect of it is that I have not had to pay a subscription for the service that I previously used, and it was good. I know a lot of people use OBS, and OBS is an open source. I think it actually stands for Open Source Broadcasting System, but it's a an open source alternative to something like a Wirecast. Wirecast was great. I used Wirecast for many years. The problem with it is that I had the subscription fee, and then also I was constantly having to update. And what I found with that is that not only was I having to update the Wirecast app, but often when Mac OS came out with a new OS level, there would be a lot of things within Wirecast that wouldn't work, so I was kind of forced into the update. And obviously, I would want to do the updates anyway because I wanted to stay current with the tech. Now, the ATEM Mini Pro is a piece of hardware. This green screen that you're seeing right now, I'm doing this through the ATEM Mini Pro. Granted, I have an Apple TV 4K feeding into the rear of it to continuously loop my video backdrop that I filmed in Anguilla. This is Meads Bay, Anguilla. But, it's NATO, welcome aboard. And then Quicker Than Drawing. What up, Irix? What up? What up, what up, what up? Very cool. Got a lot of people tuning in here. That is deeply appreciated. So, but this device is really cool, and I love how Blackmagic continues to update the firmware. And this thing, if you're wanting to live stream, it was tough in the beginning, and you can find it linked on my website. It was tough in the beginning to stomach the cost because I'm like, why do I want to have to buy that? Well, then I'm like, well, I'm using this software application that's consuming my computer's resources, and it's it's just I got a little bit of buffering because I've got that download going for the ATEM Mini Pro, and I appreciate that. But yeah, it's what's really cool about this is that the live stream that you're seeing right now, I can see the buffering status, like Jake just pointed out. There was a little bit of buffering, but I can see the stream quality within the it's called multi-view. It's basically if you've ever been to a TV network, it's like the control room. So it's really fascinating, and I'm going to do some more hiccups, some more videos of how this looks in the studio in action, because it's really impressive. I mean, it makes you feel like you're part of a big big time TV network or something. It's really cool, and it's easy to use once you figure it out. I tell you, Blackmagic Design's done a really good job with this, and it's so much so much better than using software because I'm not straining my computer resources. And what's funny, when I live stream like I am now, I'm typically using a laptop, and I typically don't plug it in. So the fact that I'm consuming a minimal amount of battery on my laptop, basically just chatting with y'all. If I need to type something here, like hello, like I can just say hello, like I type that. I mean, I'm not consuming a lot of CPU utilization on my laptop, so I'm not consuming a lot of battery. These Mac Mini, it's not a Mac Mini, it's a MacBook Air M1 with the Apple Silicon. Apple Silicon is just super, super duper battery efficient. So, the fact that this is in front of me here and I'm able to stream, using this piece of hardware, the ATEM Mini Pro, is incredible. I've had this thing for over a year, well over a year, and it's been one of the best investments from a technological perspective beyond cameras. I mean, cameras and a good lens, that's paramount. Good audio is paramount. Right here, this audio is, I've got an Aphex voice. What do they call it? An Aphex voice. It's a funny word. It's they got a funny word for it. But anyway, it gives you that boomy radio type sound to your voice, and I've really enjoyed that. That's the Rodecaster Pro, and actually I'm using the Rodecaster Pro in conjunction with the ATEM Mini Pro. So it's a really good duo. It begs the question: why has Blackmagic Design, or why has Rode, why have neither of them made a similar solution. I mean, they play nicely together, but think about it if Rode made this or if Blackmagic made all of this. You know, how it may, you know, something you may not know about the ATEM Mini Pro from Blackmagic Design is that if you get a Blackmagic Cinema camera, you can pair it with the ATEM Mini Pro and you can control the camera. So, you know, if you really want to fine tune your camera settings using what they call ATEM software control, which connects to your ATEM Mini control over your network, it just makes it, you know, it makes it super, super convenient to do. Whereas now I've got to walk over to my camera. But what I've done, I've used a light meter in my studio, so I've made sure that the light, the color temperature, which I'm doing 5600K, 5600 Kelvin, I've made sure that the color temperature is spot on for my studio. So, you know, everything should be the best that it can be, but being able to control that camera remotely from the ATEM software control over the network, and that doesn't mean you have to be directly in front of the ATEM. You could have somebody on the other side of your office or your production studio, and they could control the settings within the ATEM Mini Pro, and that's something really cool. But the thing I like most about it, and again, this live stream is streaming from the ATEM Mini Pro's network port, so you know it makes it super simple to maintain a quality stream, not depending upon your laptop whatsoever for the stream. Now, if you're not using the ATEM Mini Pro, if you're just using the ATEM Mini, yes, you've got to use that while connected to your computer's USB port. But the ATEM Mini Pro that I'm using, no, you can stream from the device. Now, there's certain applications where with the ATEM Mini Pro that I will plug it into the computer's USB port. One of those situations is when I'm, when I'm doing like a let's say a WebEx or a GoToMeeting or an application, Skype, something like that. Then I will plug the ATEM Mini Pro into my laptop by way of USB, and it basically becomes a very fancy webcam with up to 4 concurrent HDMI, well, not concurrent. You can have 4 devices connected at the same time, and you can switch among those 4 inputs. You could have a high-quality camera like I do, the Sony Alpha. You could have a video source like an Apple TV or something like that. You could have a video game console. Possibilities are somewhat limitless. You know, it's up to your imagination. Jake says, the last few days have been dealing with bronchitis flare-up, but my sisters McKenna and Maya and my girlfriend Katie have been helping me out, and my 5 kittens have been keeping me coming. There you go, man. You know, something I've found with with bronchitis, man, you can't beat a good natty light. Well, actually, you can. I think for that situation, you would probably want whiskey and lemon juice. Yeah, picking up some background noise. Yep, I'm in my production studio. It's production studio time. So, yep. Let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, this mic, that's funny. This Rode mic is supposed to be, somewhat noise canceling, but I guess it's not. But yeah, so let's see what else we have going on here. We've got a bunch of let's see here. I'm just pulling up some articles here. Let's see what we got. Sony's coming out with a new camera. It's going to be a vlogger style camera, and it's going to feature I think it's going to feature interchangeable lenses. So it's kind of going to be a and again, it's interesting. I use cameras that have interchangeable lenses because it's good to get that extra just high-end video quality. But sometimes you just want something simple and you want to zoom in on the product that you're talking about, and you don't really care if it's like pro-grade quality with the background, the blurred background, the bokeh, whatever you want to call it. So what I've done is I picked one of these up, and this thing is super cool. It was super affordable. You can find it on my website. It's the the Manfrotto little tripod. And what's cool about this, you can fold it up. You can use it as like a handheld vlogging rig. You can stick your phone in here. In my case, the iPhone 12 Pro, easy in. You can push this button on the side, and you can move the tripod head around. You let go of it, it locks. So in the situation of filming, say, let's just say a wristwatch review or something, I would pop this down like that, put it on the table, and then I could narrate while the primary camera's on me. So, you know, it's a convenient tool. And the reason that I went for this is that obviously my primary camera is a Sony Alpha. At the time of filming this, I used the Sony Alpha A7R4. It's just a great camera, great interchangeable lens camera, very high quality. And, you know, it's my primary camera. But, again, if I'm talking about a product, I want to get up close. I don't want to have to deal with really, you know, moving my other cameras around. I just want something quick and easy. It's hard to beat. I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous to say, you know, use an iPhone's camera. But in all sincerity, the iPhone 12 Pro, if you're using it for 4K video, especially, and it could be used as your primary camera in some situations, it's not a slouch, but the autofocus on it's really good. And if you're just doing B-roll, you know, a secondary camera in conjunction with your primary, the built-in camera on the iPhone is probably as good, if not better, than a lot of point-and-shoot cameras. So my thoughts were with this is that, you know, I could go out and get a secondary, a B camera. I could get one with an interchangeable lens for really high quality. I could get something with, you know, decent quality like the Sony ZV-1 or ZV-10, which is really good for vlogging type situations and, you know, product videography and product photography, you know, unboxing, review, that sort of stuff. Or I could use Kyle C. Welcome aboard, man. Dudes. Or I could just use this and use my existing iPhone 12 Pro. The value add of this is that with the iPhone 12 Pro, when I film a video or I take a photo, I can just use AirDrop and send it over to my Mac. So it makes the workflow very hassle-free. You know, I don't have to plug any cables up. I just wirelessly drop that video clip and or photos to my Mac, to my iMac or this MacBook Air M1 that I'm on right now. And it just makes it a very simple process. So, you know, if you're looking for a secondary camera, a B camera, you might want to think about this little mini tripod with head for your phone. It grips it well. One thing you may not know about Manfrotto, however you pronounce it, I don't know. All my tripods now, the tripod that I got in my studio, my backpacking tripod, and this, they're all Manfrotto. And the thing I like about them is that they're just really high quality. These are, and I think even this one is. Yeah, even this one. This one says designed in Italy. I think my other tripods from Manfrotto are actually made in Italy. So you're getting a really high quality, you know, well-engineered tripod. And if you're big into, you know, YouTube, photography, videography, you know, whatever your interest may be, if you want to put that expensive camera and expensive lens on top of something, yeah, you probably want something that's high quality. And for that reason, I like these. Also, the plates, the way I've got it set up, I can use the same plate on my studio tripod's head that I use on my field tripod's head. So it makes it easy just to keep the same plate on the camera and just use, okay, I'm in the studio. I'm doing a live stream like I am right now. I've got my Sony Alpha on my studio Manfrotto tripod. I go backpacking or go to the Caribbean or something. I've got my carbon fiber Manfrotto tripod. So makes it convenient. And then we've got, let's see. Okay, what do we have? Yeah, it's cool. They came out with an ATEM update. I am obsessed. If you haven't noticed, I'm obsessed with this ATEM. Jake says, my phone is what I do most of my videos, text, Gmail messages. Yeah, it's hard to beat a phone. I mean, smartphones nowadays, they're just so advanced. And I mean, you know, a lot of times you don't really need, I mean, professional quality is always important, but here's the thing. If professional quality is going to function as a deterrent, meaning that okay, you got your camera in your car, your boat, or whatever. Well, you don't want to take it out because it's like, man, I gotta fine tune the focus, and then I've got to download all of this when I get home. It may deter you from wanting to capture footage. Whereas with a phone, it's simple: pop it out, take a photo and/or a video, and then and then use your in my case with Mac, use AirDrop to transfer it over and edit it, or heck, just upload it directly to YouTube or wherever from your phone. So, phones have, in the past, whereas they would take a decent image, they would capture a decent video. Now you're getting really convincing 4K video from a phone. I mean, I love the the iPhone 12 Pro. I mean, it's not a slouch at all. It does a good job. And actually, I'm glad I got it just for the camera alone. I mean, it's good quality. What is a beverage tonight? This is a high quality beverage. It's a Natty Light. Yep. It's not premium rum all the time, man. Sometimes you just gotta have leftover cheap beer. These are good to cook with too. That's the thing I like about having them around. I can cook. I can fry some, air fry some onion rings, air fry some okra, air fry some mushrooms. Get that beer batter in there. Just pour some beer in with the batter, mix it all up, and coat your vegetables and fry them up in the air fryer. Kyle says, yes, the breakfast of champions. You got it. Yep, that's that is crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's see. What I was looking at some articles here because there's always interesting stuff. Oh, yeah, this right here is interesting. So Sigma allegedly is releasing a 150 to 600 millimeter f5 to 6.3 aperture lens for the Sony FE, which is full frame lens system. So that is cool. And let's see, don't have rumored pricing yet. That'd be good for, video and bears. Photographing bears, video and bears, that sort of stuff. Jake says, my new phone is better so far than my old LG phone I had before. Yeah, they tend to keep getting better and better, don't they? Yeah, admittedly, I had my previous phone. I got it. I try not to upgrade these too frequently, but I got one I went with a very base model, and the camera wasn't that great on it. And anyway, then I ended up getting the iPhone 12 Pro, and I'm going to hold on to this one for a few years. I mean, unless Apple brings a USB-C port instead of Lightning port to the phone, and/or brings other amazing features, I just don't see the business need to upgrade. And again, everything I do is business backed. I mean, I'm all about ROI, return on investment. So I'm not going to go out and buy something if it's not going to provide some sort of return. I mean, there are some things, like I'll go out and eat a good meal, this, that, and the other. I mean, that's important, but for the most part, there's got to be ROI. Jake says it's bigger and more fancy. There you go. Fancy, fancy, fancy. Can't beat that. So let's see. What do we have here? Just checking my feed. Oh wow, that didn't go away. I've been editing my templates for my videos. One thing I've proactively been working on, and I use AWS, Amazon Web Services, and I use my own Ubuntu Linux server for all my hosting. Super affordable, super reliable, blazing fast. But something I've been working on is improving the IrixGuy's Adventure Channel website, IrixGuy.com, to load a lot faster. to just be just a blazing fast website. So, I'm working on the layout and constantly working to improve the not only the layout but just the overall visual appeal of the site, because I want everyone to have the best website experience possible when they go to IrixGuy.com. And what you'll find, a lot of my videos, my product reviews and unboxings and cameras and all that sort of stuff, you'll find links within my videos descriptions. You expand the video's description and click the link at the top. It'll take you over to my website where you can find where to order everything, which makes it convenient for y'all. And that's something that a lot of people have asked, like, hey man, why are you always trying to tell people to go to your links? Well, number one, it's important because it makes it easy for the viewers to find what I'm talking about. And number two, if you do choose to go to my links, and especially if you share my links with others, that's even more awesome. It helps to support my channel, because I am an independent YouTube channel. So if you choose to shop my links, if you choose to super chat, buy my merchandise, that sort of stuff, it helps the channel, and that's super important for an independent YouTube channel. I mean, couldn't survive without it. Jake says, last week CFB Trenton was visited by an F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighter. It was neat to see one of the most high-tech aircraft in the United States Air Force. Yeah, I've seen one of those, man. No, actually, I haven't. I've seen the F-117A, which I'm assuming that's probably an older iteration of that. Those are cool, man. Those are very, very cool aircraft, without a doubt. Let's see what's popping up here. I always check my, and I want to get some. Let's see, just checking. Got some golf balls coming. That's important. Got to have my golf balls. Let's see. Okay. You know what's interesting? DJI, man, it's been really quiet. It's been really quiet in the drone space. It makes me wonder what's going on. I mean, it's been like really quiet. Super quiet. Just I wonder what they're gonna, release next, because it's been quiet. I don't like that. No, y'all probably don't either. Another thing, yeah, super important. And check out my video on my website. Go to IrixGuy.com. It's one of the most recent videos there. But I wanted to commemorate the 1-year anniversary of the Schwinn IC4. So if you don't know what the Schwinn IC4 is, check out my Schwinn IC4 video playlist, and you can see all my videos. But it's an indoor exercise bike, and what makes it different is that it's magnetic resistant. So it's really quiet, it's really smooth, and if you're used to an old-fashioned exercise bike, uses those friction pads, they can wear unevenly, they can heat up, they can produce unpleasant odors. And ultimately, they have to be replaced somewhat frequently. With a magnetic resistance bike, you don't have anything making contact with the wheel in the front that's spinning, because it's magnetic resistance. It's a really cool technology. But yeah, I've had it for a year, and I posted a 1-year follow-up review, and it's just been a great thing. Now, granted, I eat whatever I want to eat, and pretty much drink whatever I want to drink. But if I didn't work out hardcore every day, I'd be like super huge. So, it's all a balancing act, as we say on this channel. It's about, finding your balance between, happiness with food and fitness. You just got to get that balance and act. And if you do, and you figure it out, you can pretty much do whatever you want to do. Jake says, that's what this F-117 was. It was an F-117A. It had Arizona National Guard markings on its fuselage and tail, and on the underside. Oh, cool. F-117A. Yeah, that's a wicked looking aircraft. It's got that almost alien type look. The black and the almost V type shape in the sky. Or I should say triangular type shape. Makes you wonder if those when they were flight testing those, if some of those may have been, some of their UFO reports may have been the F-117A, during his test flights. Speaking of that, have y'all seen a UFO? Has anyone that's watching this ever seen a UFO? I'm really, really, really curious about that. Unidentified flying object, also a USO, an unidentified submersible object. Have you ever seen one of those? Let's see. Okay. Just checking up on things here. What's fascinating about this, let's see, there we go. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just trying to find the newest, let's see. Jake says, it was mistaken for a UFO when it was tested at Area 51, and so was a B-2. Area 51, everyone, if you're not familiar with that, also referred to as Groom Lake. And allegedly, and I think this is, I say allegedly because, I don't know for sure, but allegedly there's an airline, it's called Janet, Janet, just another non-existent terminal, that shuttles Area 51 employees between Groom Lake, Area 51, and the Las Vegas airport. So that's kind of a cool thing. They're just unmarked aircraft, and that's what they do. So it's kind of cool. I've always been under the impression that where the real extraterrestrial technology is not where we would think. So I don't think it would be in Area 51 or Groom Lake. I think it would be somewhere not publicized. Somewhere just, I don't know. Where do y'all think the extraterrestrial aircraft actually reside? Do you think they're in the United States somewhere at a hidden location, or do you think they're elsewhere? It's an interesting question. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool. So when I plug in my ATEM Mini Pro, not that I'm using the USB connection, but when I plug in the USB connection, it seems like it's keeping my laptop charged. I never realized that. That's a cool find. It is, yeah, because it says power source adapter. Power adapter. And if I unplug it, power source battery. Very cool. Yeah, he said the Janet Airlines are all white with a red stripe on the side. You're right. Very cool. That's what they are, man. That is cool. Let's see what we got here. Get some funny emojis. There's a decent amount of emojis on this thing here. Oh, there's an airplane. There we go. Airplanes. Interesting. So yeah, I just wanted to hop on just for a very quick and unscripted live show. So, as always, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I've got some super duper exciting content. Going to be having another live show here soon, and we're going to be doing all kinds of really, really cool stuff. So if you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so. And when you do, ring that bell icon, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. Y'all have a good day.